Dragonfire back with another one of my musical acts by the letters of the alphabet ranking videos. This time we are on the letter S and we are moving right along. We can get through the entire alphabet here fairly soon. We are on the letter S. I want to throw in my first honorable mention. Let's do the Steve Miller Band. There's some good songs here. A lot of people know songs like Fly Like an Eagle and The Joker. Um, a couple of really good songs. Check out the Steve Miller Band if you don't know them. All right. How about Santana? This is a really good album here. The album Supernatural by Santana. All right. Slash's Snake Pit with the album 5 O'Clock Somewhere. It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. Of course, Slash, the lead guitarist for Guns N' Roses, he did leave the band for a while. He's back in it now. But when he was doing his solo stuff, and having his issues with Axl and so forth, he put out this solo album. It's pretty good. It's got some other former members of Guns N' Roses on the album, and it's a pretty good one. All right. How about Sammy Hagar? Sammy Hagar really loved the song Heavy Metal, which was the theme song for the movie Heavy Metal. And if you've never seen the animated movie Heavy Metal, it is worth a watch. Kind of a weird psychedelic movie, but I really like the song Heavy Metal, and Sammy Hagar has some good hits. Of course, if you recognize the name Sammy Hagar, but you're not for sure from where, he was lead singer number 2 for Van Halen. The original first lead singer, David Lee Roth, who left the band and went on and had a solo career. And Sammy Hagar had a solo career as well, but he became the second lead singer for the band Van Halen. Okay. How about Soul Asylum? This is their album Grave Dancers Union. It's got songs like Runaway Train. I think it's my favorite Soul Asylum song. And Soul Asylum, a really cool band to give them a check out. How about Spinal Tap? Spinal Tap. If you haven't seen the movie, this is Spinal Tap. It's a mockumentary. You need to check out This is Spinal Tap, the movie. Spinal Tap started out as a fictional band, but that was made up for this mockumentary movie, like mock documentary movie. But then they went on to actually release albums and and put some good stuff out there, and kind of light-hearted, like have a sense of humor about the rock and roll lifestyle. Anyway, Spinal Tap. Okay, what about some Sublime? Sublime. They are a really controversial band and an interesting one. They have some pretty good songs too. Songs that you have to take tongue in cheek. Don't take them literally, or otherwise they'll be quite offensive. So if you're a person who's offended easily, you might want to avoid Sublime. You might want to avoid Sublime if you're offended really easily, but it is a fun band. How about Steel Panther? Steel Panther is kind of like this band that got together that's kind of a throwback to the 80s. And they're basically kind of a tongue-in-cheek version of a hair metal band from the 80s. But they're actually really fun. A lot of their songs are very sexually suggestive in a way, so it's kind of a callback to some of the over the top songs from hair metal bands of the 80s. Songs like, Girls, Girls, Girls from Motley Crue, or, um, something like that, something, um, uh, Look But You Can't Touch by Poison, those types of um, fun songs like that from some of those hair metal bands. And that's kind of what Steel Panther gives you. I mean, I would love to be at a Steel Panther concert live. That would be so fun. All right. All right. Let's get to my Mount Rushmore here. Well, okay. No, one more honorable mention. One more honorable mention I'm going to throw in here before I get to my top three. Actually, what's going to be my top three? I'm going to give an honorable mention to Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf has the song Born to Be Wild. And that song includes the phrase heavy metal thunder. And the band said they wrote the lyric thinking of a motorcycle barreling down the highway. A big steel horse, or as they call them sometimes, steel horse, a motorcycle, a big steel motorcycle, a big metal hunk of metal just ramming down the highway, and the big sound that it makes and everything. And that's where they wrote the lyric heavy metal thunder. In my opinion, Born to Be Wild is one of the greatest songs of all time. Steppenwolf had some other songs that to me are good, but not quite. They're not. They're maybe some other like 3 out of 5 star songs, but like Born to Be Wild is a 5 out of 5 star song. One of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion. It's in contention as the first heavy metal song ever. Might be between Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild and the Beatles' Helter Skelter as the first heavy metal song ever. It is the first to use the word heavy metal. So, it's it was, that song I think was very influential on 80s hair metal. Like that song set the template for what 80s hair metal would become, in my opinion. Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild. Born to be wild. Born to be wild. Alright. Whew. Alright, this is getting down to my top 3. I think for now, my number 3, my bronze medal, is gonna go to the Scorpions. The Scorpions. Yeah. This right here is Tease Me, Please Me. But the Scorpions have so many great hit songs. Dust in the Wind is probably my favorite song by them, but they've also got some other really good ones. Kind of an 80s hair metal band. Check out the Scorpions if you don't know them. They are worth a listen to. I'm going to go ahead and give the Scorpions my silver medal. Check out their album Love at First Sting. They've got a lot of really good ones. Blackout. But anyway, I think my silver medal is going to go to Slaughter. This is their Stick It To Ya album. Slaughter, Stick It To Ya. And man, what a fantastic album. What musicianship by Mark Slaughter, who put this band together. Um, Slaughter came in kind of towards the end of hair metal. If I think that they had come in years earlier, they would have been more successful. But I really like Slaughter as a band. Let me give you some here. This album, Stick It To You, is just so good. Eye to Eye, Burning Bridges, Up All Night, fantastic song. Spend My Life is a power ballad. Thinking of Jane, She Wants More, it's a pretty good song. Fly to the Angels is really good. Mad About You, That's Not Enough. You Are the One, Give Me Your Heart, Desperately Loaded Gun. And then you get an acoustic version of Fly to the Angels, followed by Winging It. Really good album. Really good album. Okay. But my gold medal for the letter S, I'm going to give to Skid Row. Skid Row, Big Guns, Sweet Little Sister, Can't Stand the Heartache, Piece of Me, 18 in Life, Rattlesnake Shake, if I can pronounce those words. Rattlesnake Shake. Yes. Youth Gone Wild, Here I Am, Making a Mess of You, and I Remember You. Oh, so yeah, that's song number 10, but there's an 11th song, Midnight Tornado. When Youth Gone Wild first came out, it for a period of time, for a while, was my favorite song ever. Youth Gone Wild was just, it was just so awesome. I couldn't believe Youth Gone Wild. It really, really enjoyed it. But 18 in Life is another classic from this first album. Then they went on to have other albums like their second album was also a really popular one, Slave to the Grind. So if you don't know Skid Row, check out some Skid Row. They get my gold medal for the letter S. Who gets your gold medal for the letter S? Let me know in the comment section.